The doctor has just left. Had you ever left home without your cell phone, or it was your first time? I'm sorry, but I am leaving this evening. If you left your keys at home, what would you do? This vase should be put on the shelf. Haven't you put it in the fridge yet? Shall I put off my appointment? He had put it here before you came. I was meant to be a teacher. We would never mean to hurt you. If he shows himself, it will mean nothing for me. His reaction could mean anything. This secret will be kept forever, I promise. If you misbehave, I will be keeping my eye on you. I would keep these toys, but your kids need them more. Shall we keep his photos? Have they ever let their children walk alone? If you finish your homework, I will let you play video games. He had never let me work with him, but I managed to convince him. Don't you let your dog sleep in the house? Sophie had begun to read before she went to school. He has already begun his other lecture with this statement. They would begin with grammar exercises, but there is not time for that. What should I begin with? If you wear this dress, you will seem too serious. She seems tired. What's wrong? I'm afraid it could seem suspicious. Frank hasn't seemed to be optimistic so far. My mother doesn't like to be helped. My father had never helped me with my homework before I broke my arm. Have they helped you to fill this application? Shall we help you with cooking? She hasn't talked to her boss since the day of her interview. I hope we won't be talking about work this evening. If you came to my place, we could talk about your problem. This issue was talked about. All faces turned towards him as he rose. He was turning the handle very slowly and softly. Shall I turn to the left here? You will not turn me from here. We have started a new hobby recently. Quick, the show is starting. I had started reading about elephants before I saw them in real. He would start practicing meditation, but he can't sit still. Sam has never shown me his baby photos. I would show you my new painting if it was finished. They will be showing this movie tomorrow at 5 p.m. These pictures were shown to me yesterday. Have you heard about his promotion? Don't shout, we are hearing you perfectly. She had never heard her bird singing before she bought it a friend. If there was any noise, I would hear it. Playing video games can be boring sometimes. Has he ever played hockey? We had never played board games before that party. I would play with you if my leg didn't hurt. When you forget about boiling milk, it runs away. If he went to the gym more often, he could run faster. Would you run up and get my glasses? I would run you along, but I'm out of petrol. They have already moved to Moscow. The sofa was moved yesterday. When I was a kid, we moved to France. All your stuff will have been moved by Sunday. She had been liked by everybody, but she appeared to be hypocritical. I used to like eating lemons when I was pregnant. You don't have to like me. He will never like mushrooms, even if they become sweet one day. I have been living alone since my graduation. They were living there for 3 months. We had been living in a hostel before we moved here. Living alone is quite expensive. They have never believed in ghosts. I would never believe you, even if you told me the truth. Shall we believe him? If you believe me, you won't regret it. When he sees her, he will be holding her in his arms for a long time. The bridge was held for some time. She found herself held by his eyes. If the weather holds, we'll take a trip. Shall I bring something for the party? Alan brought her a pie, but she had already fallen asleep. Haven't you brought those letters I asked you about? If you bring me this book, one will kiss you. If you happen to see her, say that I miss her. What has just happened? It had never happened to me before that day. I'm afraid, it will have happened before Sunday. We have been writing this essay for 3 hours already. She has written 3 letters to him. While I'm in Paris, I'm writing my new play. We are getting used to writing so many articles at once. The best room will be provided to our guests. We have been provided with the latest information. He had provided a car with a radio before we bought him a Walkman. If you help me, I'll provide you with everything you ask. The police are still sitting on this mysterious case. I would sit with you, but I am allergic to your perfume. If you sit close to the window, you can catch a cold. You know, lots of people have sat in that chair.